Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning, khush amdeed, ji ayanu, goedemorgen.
Bakhair agale, ni hao, tuna shumme, washmale, Ohio Gonzaimes, guten morgen, hola, bonjour, privyet, kaifa hal, hale shoma chatore, ahlan wa sahlan, marhaba, buna, mucho, gracias, swabiap, and a very amazing good morning to everybody who's tuned into PTV1 and watching World this morning, alongside the very fantastic, the very superb Shiza Hashmi and Shahzad Khan. Hello Shiza, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for asking. What about you? And how was your weekend?
Well, my weekend was very busy. Thank you very much for asking. And I think that everybody, who's watching us on their television screens can pretty much tell that I don't look that fresh. And it's because of the fact that we were busy doing the music video shoot as well. And last night, I got back a little late to Islamabad. And then I was like, okay, I really need to see my World This Morning family. So no matter what happens, I really have to dress up and show up. And I think that this is something which everybody needs to have, this kind of passion, this kind of drive. I think that we are all fortunate enough that Allah willing, we can actually feel this way as well. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think what I've observed, Shiza, in my life, that if you get up, you dress up and you show up, I think half of the work is done.
Absolutely, I do agree with that as well. But ladies and gentlemen, here's Shahzad and I hoping that you guys are safe and healthy and we're staying at home throughout the weekend as well. And well, let's just say that you were not being harmed to everyone around you too because of the pandemic, yes.
Exactly.
But I have a question before we do move on.
Okay.
So we did discuss this on a Friday before we went to Lahore, that you were sort of venturing into a newer form of media that you haven't done before, a music video and whatnot. So how was the experience, first of all? And I mean, what is your idea about trying out new things like this? I mean, you've done, mashallah, you've done acting and, you've been an anchor and everything, voiceovers, whatnot, but this is something new.
Yeah, this is something very new as well, but this is something which I always wanted to do.
Okay.
So I always wanted to be a musician, I always wanted to sing songs, but gradually, so the kind of vocal tone I had, I never got the opportunity to be a singer. So I thought, okay, what can I do best? So I started with rap, and then eventually when I made like 3-4 songs with different music composers as well and music producers, I finally realized, and then I did a few live performances.
Yes.
And then, once I started getting the feedback from the audience when I was doing those live performances, I was like, hey, you know what? We should actually do this. But the mindset I have for trying new things is, they say it's, and it's a very famous proverb as well, that we should never actually check the depth of the river with both legs in it. So you actually need to step one leg in the river, and then one needs to be outside, so that, God forbid, if you do not know the depth of it, you can save yourself.
That's very
So
wise.
what I did was that I thought that, okay, a music video needs to be made for my song, and a music video these days can actually cost you for $500,000 or $1 million rupees.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, what should I do to go around about it? Because I wasn't willing to invest this much money. So I thought, okay, hey, everybody's got their smartphones. Let's give it a try and make a music video on a smartphone.
Okay, how was it?
Yeah, and then use the expertise on the editing machine. So what we did was that we kind of take some good shots as well early in the morning, and I hope that the video turns out to be very nice and people appreciate it. So for everybody who's out there, and this music video will actually even help me launch my own YouTube channel.
Oh, nice.
Because that will be Shahzad Khan Music, and we will definitely try new things. But not just that.
Yeah.
When we're growing up, when we're doing things, when we are kids, we always opt for a hobby. For example, my hobby back then was cycling or probably skating or something of that sort. What did you do with all of that time?
Actually, now that you mentioned skating, this does bring back a lot of memories.
Okay.
Well, we used to skate a lot. By we, I mean my siblings, of course.
Yep.
So I have this one particular story that I have to share with everyone because especially the kids who love to skate, but you need to be safe out there. So we used to live in Parliament lodges, and we were, I don't know how young, so I don't know how to explain this. So outside our block, there's like a really steep slope going down, like really steep, okay? And I was like, I'm going to do this, and I put stones in between the slope just to like dodge them, and I'm going to go and make it. Why not? I did it. I did the slope, I dodged the stones, and right after I finished the slope, there was a car crossing by, and it crossed by, but I got like so panicked, I fell on my face on the ground, and can you believe in that incident, I lost all my milk teeth together.
Really?
I swear,
all of them.
But it was sort of a good thing for me because I had ugly milk teeth. They had cavities. They were all black and whatnot. So I mean, imagine I had no teeth at that moment in my mouth, and I had like a major surgery. I had to eat only ice creams and whatnot. But that did not stop me from skating. Actually, I still really love it.
But what I'm wondering over here is today that when you lost all your teeth,
yeah,
how did you speak? Was it really
really hard because my entire mouth was so swollen as well.
So let's try. All you have to do is just fold your lips inside and just try speaking. All right, guys. I don't know, man. Probably when you see somebody without teeth speaking, they do not have any teeth.
Yeah, it's a little different. I do get that, but like I mentioned, it was really fun because ice creams was all I had to eat as well.
Yeah.
But it did sort of give me a fear of not trying out slopes anymore. Like I still do love skating, but I have to think twice before doing anything so adventurous.
Yeah, and since you mentioned about your incident, so I think I'm going to mention about my incident as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are a big family, alhamdulillah. We are 7 siblings, and we only had one bicycle to us. So, most of the time, other siblings would ride the bicycle, and our father actually gave us a table chart, and where it was like, okay, first the elder sister, then the second one, then the third one. So, what I used to do was that I used to borrow a bicycle from my neighbor. I was like, okay, if my sister's riding the bike we had, I will go to my neighbor's house, and I'll be like, okay, I need your bicycle. So, this is what I did. But towards the end of the street, there was this, I don't know how to, so there was this slope which goes upwards, and then on the other hand, you cross the road flying, and then you land into that park, which was right across the street. So what I did was I was cycling hard, I was doing it, and as soon as I was over there, and I took off, there comes a car, bam, and I'm flown away,
No way.
Thrown away.
Oh, God.
And I still remember that my elder sister was actually getting married, and I was actually supposed to get biscuits and whatnot for tea from market. And eventually, so my mother could only find my sleepers in the street because then my father was, alhamdulillah, on way. He picked me up, he took me to the hospital and everything, but he bought me another bicycle as well.
But it must be so traumatic as well.
It was, but alhamdulillah, I'm very grateful to Allah Almighty that no major damage was done, but it was just like here and there rashes and something of that sort as well. So the first thing we're going to highlight is make sure that you are always in your sane mind whenever you're doing anything.
Absolutely.
Do not try slopes and do not try jumping bicycles.
I mean, you should, of course, because it's so adventurous, but be safe. But here's the thing, the only reason Shahzad and I are discussing our childhood stories is because I feel like the youth right now, not even the youth, the kids right now, they have, of course, like a totally different, 180 degrees different childhood than we did, right? They're sort of always on their phones, on their tabs, on the web, basically. So we wish that there were some, probably institutions, there were some people who would bring those kids out of the house and sort of engage them in fun activities like skating or like cycling. And we were lucky enough to actually get our hands on someone like that.
Exactly. And not just that, ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman is actually, I think, had made Pakistan proud. This particular gentleman has been actually skating for the last 13 years. Not just that, he's actually running the Islamabad Skating Association. He's making sure that there are other people who are going to follow his footsteps as well. He's made sure that he's going to skate from Islamabad to Lahore. He just did it recently. Not just that, he's come down from Murray downhill, Pir Sohawa downhill, and all of those things which we can actually think about or which we have seen people in the developed countries are doing. I think that this gentleman actually deserves a rich tribute as well for the kind of services he's providing. And he's a lone survivor, ladies and gentlemen. He started it all on his own, and now he's got a big clan and a group, and there are kids who actually follow him. And ladies and gentlemen, we do not want this language to be a barrier, so even if he cannot answer in English, what we'll do is that we'll take his answers in Urdu and then translate it for you. We wanted to share this national hero's story with all of you. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, we are very lucky that we've actually been joined by the skater himself, Mr. Muhammad Bilal. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Sange khairam.
उम्मीद करता हूँ आप सब खैर खैरियत से होंगे।
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, हम ठीक ठाक हैं, we are fine, and everybody else, हम भी दुआ करते हैं कि वो भी ठीक हो। तो अब बिलाल, जो मेरा आपसे सवाल है पहला, वो ये है कि हम सब ने ज़िंदगी के किसी न किसी हिस्से में स्केटिंग की होती है, साइकिलिंग भी की होती है, लेकिन किसी ने उसको जो भी बचपन की हॉबी होती है उसको प्रोफेशनली नहीं अडॉप्ट किया होता। आपने इसको प्रोफेशनली अडॉप्ट भी किया और आपने एक मैसेज बनाया इसमें से कि मैं ये मैसेज पूरी दुनिया को देना चाहता हूँ। क्या आज आप हमारे सभी देखने वालों को ये बताएंगे कि वो क्या चीज़ है, वो क्या मैसेज है और कब शुरू किया आपने?
आज से जब 13 साल पहले मैंने स्केटिंग स्टार्ट की, मुझे मेरे घर वालों ने रोका कि आप स्केटिंग ना करें, आप की हड्डी टूट जाएगी। मोहल्ले वालों ने मेरा मजाक उड़ाया कि ये ख़तरनाक है, ये अमेरिका नहीं है, कोई वेस्टर्न कंट्री नहीं है कि आप यहाँ पर ये क्या कर रहे हो, ये हो जाएगा वो हो जाएगा। लेकिन मैंने उन लोगों की बातों का परवाह नहीं की, क्योंकि मेरा शौक़ था बचपन से, तो मैंने उसको जारी रखा। मैंने कहा जहाँ तक हो सकते मैं कुछ अलग करना चाहता बाकी लोगों से। बाकी लोग फुटबॉल, क्रिकेट, बाकी चीज़ें करते, लेकिन मुझे कुछ अलग करने का शौक़ था। और बस ये जब मैंने स्टार्ट किया तो मुझे नहीं पता था कि मैं एक क्लब बनाऊंगा। मैंने शुरू में मुझे बहुत सारी मुश्किलात का सामना करना पड़ा, लाइक कि फैमिली की तरफ से मुझे वो प्रेशर था कि बेटा आप ना क्या करें, लेकिन मेरा शौक़ था। मैंने कहा मैं कुछ भी हो जाए मैं इसको छोड़ने वाला नहीं हूँ। मैं सुबह स्कूल और लाइक मदरसे से फ्री होके मैं स्केटिंग उड़ाता। बाज़ औक़ात ये भी हुआ है कि मेरे स्केट उठा के जलाए गए, तोड़ दिए गए हैं। मैं डर के मारे अपने पड़ोसी के घर, मेरे घर वालों ने, मेरे माँ बाप, पेरेंट्स ने, हाँ अम्मी, नहीं अम्मी तो नहीं मना करती थी, अबू मना करते कि आप ना करो। जो मेरे घर बाकी फैमिली थे उन्होंने मेरे स्केट जला दी, लेकिन मैं अपनी पॉकेट मनी से पैसे जमा करके अगेन जाके जो है ना स्केट लेके किसी दूसरे के घर रखता। लेकिन मैं 1 घंटा 2 घंटे में लाजमी जो है ना प्रैक्टिस को जारी रखता।
That is very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Shahzad asked Bilal how the passion sort of developed into a profession as well. And the story is really inspiring. I mean, he says that there were definitely sort of obstacles coming from the family too, coming from the neighbors too. And once, imagine the family even burnt his skates, rollerblades as well. And then he had to buy new ones with his pocket money, and the struggle goes on. I mean, he's been doing this for so long, which is actually the true talent, Shahzad. You know, he still wanted to show it as well. The very interesting thing over here, Shahzad, is when you mentioned that he roller skated from Islamabad to Lahore, which is like so inspiring to actually think about. Because if you realize that you really have to do it, it's really, really hard. I mean, it's not a piece of cake for anyone. We do have a small video of him doing that too. Can you play that?
But before we move on to that video, ladies and gentlemen, I think I can relate to what Bilal just said, that, you know, that his family members even burned his skates. So this is one thing which I can relate to, that when we siblings, we used to play Ludo, for example, or any other card game or board game. And, you know, mothers have this habit of, you know, calling out your names, and, you know, so that you can do something particular, you know, probably. So my mother was actually saying, Shahzad, you know, you need to come to the kitchen, pick up these glasses and put them over there. And I was busy playing Ludo. I was like, okay, Ma, I'm coming. Okay, Ma, I'm coming. And she waited for 5 minutes, but then she realized that, you know, they're not going to move away from Ludo. So what she did was she picked up the Ludo, threw it into the stove, and she burnt it all. So you really do not want that.
Wow, 10 points to auntie.
Yeah, and I think that we have all gone through these phases of our life as well. But very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman who himself has actually made sure that he's going to make Pakistan proud, his journey from Islamabad to Lahore. Let's just see the video first, and then when you guys will come back, we'll actually ask him what were the challenges he faced, because skating for 17 hours non-stop is a difficult job.
Of course, man. Let's take a look at this.
Let's take a look. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is Muhammad Bilal making all of Pakistan, and Pakistan is proud as well, where he set on a journey from Islamabad to Lahore on his rollerblades, inline blades as well. But meanwhile, you guys were watching this video, we were actually having a conversation with Bilal that these rollerblades can actually go up to 70 kilometers per hour, and it totally depends on the kind of energy your body has and how you utilize it as well. But very quickly, I think what I'm going to ask Bilal now is کہ Bilal, اب ہماری جو پاکستان میں سڑکیں ہیں وہ بڑی unpredictable ہیں unfortunately. لیکن یہ ہے کہ آپ نے جیسے موٹر وے پھر بڑی سیف ہے, کوئی کھڈے نہیں ہیں اس میں. لیکن جب ہم جی ٹی روڈ کی بات کرتے ہیں تو جی ٹی روڈ میں ایک تو پیچز آتے ہیں جس میں ٹریفک بہت زیادہ ہوتی ہے, لوگ سڑکیں بہت کراس کر رہے ہوتے ہیں, اور پھر اس کے علاوہ کھڈے بھی بہت زیادہ ہوتے ہیں, پھر کئی اسپیڈ بریکرز ہوتے ہیں unnecessary. تو جب آپ ایسی جرنی پہ جا رہے ہیں جس میں آپ نے ایک شہر سے دوسرے شہر جانا ہے, 400 کلومیٹر کا رستہ طے کرنا ہے, کیا اس سے پہلے آپ نے کبھی اس طرح کا جائزہ لیا تھا کہ یار میں دیکھ لوں گی سڑک کہاں سے خراب ہے, کہاں پہ مجھے رکنے کی ضرورت ہے؟ اور جب آپ اتنی تیز جا رہے ہوتے ہیں 70 کلومیٹر فی گھنٹہ کے حساب سے, تو بریک لگانے میں کتنا ٹائم لگتا ہے؟ 70 سے 0 کلومیٹر پر آور کتنے دیر میں آ جاتے ہیں؟ 5 سیکنڈ میں, 10 سیکنڈ میں, کیسے؟
بغیر کسی چیز کی ہیلپ
یہ 1 سیکنڈ میں آ جاتا ہے.
اوہ واو,
یہ کیسے ہو سکتا ہے یار؟ پھر تو اسکیٹ پیچھے رہ جائے, بندہ آگے نکل جائے.
اس میں یہ ہوتا ہے, ڈیپینڈ کرتے آپ کی پریکٹس پہ, آپ کے اسٹیمنا پہ, آپ کے ایکسپیرینس پہ کہ بھائی آپ کتنے لائک. اب میں نے 13 سال سے اسکیٹنگ کیا, مجھے پتہ ہے کیونکہ میں آپ نہیں امیجن بھی نہیں کر کہ میں کتنی دفعہ گرا ہوں. یہ بریکس سیکھتے کوئی بھی چیز ہو وہ پریکٹس مانگتی ہے. آپ جتنا زیادہ پریکٹس کرو گے اتنی آپ کی وہ چیز امپروو ہوتی ہے. تو یہ جو ساری چیزیں ہیں کمال ہے, یہ میری پریکٹس کا ہے. آپ نے جو روڈ کی بات کی ہے, تو اسکیٹس میں جس طرح آپ گاڑیاں چلاتے ہو, ایف ایکس بھی گاڑی ہے, جی ایل آئی بھی گاڑی ہے, V8 گرینڈ گاڑیاں ہوتی ہیں بہت قسم کی. ایف ایکس میں بیٹھیں گے اسی روڈ پہ لائک ایسی وائبریشن آپ کو میں کدھر آ گئی ہوں. آپ V8 میں جائیں گے آپ کو کیا فیل ہوگا؟ فیل ہی نہیں ہو کہ بھائی میں کہاں, میں تو پانی پہ ٹھہر رہا ہوں. صحیح ہے. اسکیٹس میں آپ کے پاس کوالٹیز, اب میرے پاس جو اسکیٹس ہیں اس میں ڈفرینٹ ٹائپ کے اسکیٹس ہوتے ہیں. آف روڈ کے لیے آپ علیحدہ یوز کرتے ہو, فری اسٹائل کے لیے علیحدہ, اسپیڈ لائک ڈفرینٹ چیزوں کے لیے آپ ڈفرینٹ چیز. اب جب جی ٹی روڈ کا وہ ہمارا مائنڈ بھر رہا تھا, کافی ٹائم سے ہمارا وہ تھا, لیکن وہ کلب سے ٹائم نہیں مل رہا تھا. ہماری کلاسز ایسی تھی کہ ہمیں وہ ٹائم نہیں مل رہا تھا کہ ہم اس رائڈ کو سٹارٹ کریں. تو پھر جب ہم نے پلان بنایا کہ فلاں دن نکلیں گے, مارننگ کے ٹائم اس ٹائم نکلیں گے, اور ہم نے باقاعدہ ہم نے ایک چارٹ بنا کے وہ رات سے سارے میرے بھائی کے ساتھ پلاننگ کرنی کہ ہم نے یہ کرنا ہے, فلاں جگہ پر رکنے, کھانا یہاں کھائیں گے, نہانا یہاں ہوگا, فلاں جگہ لائک اس طرح کی وہ پلان کر کے تب ہم نے اللہ کا نام لے کے, بس ہم نے صرف پیسے اپنے پاکٹ میں رکھے کہ بھئی کہاں پر پیسے دو تو آپ کو سب چیزیں ملیں گی. وہ نہیں کہ بڑے بیگز اٹھا لو اور یہ کرو وہ, بھئی پیسے تمہارے پاس ہونے, آپ کے پاس کوئی بھی چیز نہ ہو, آپ کو روم ملے گا, آپ کو کھانا ملے گا, آپ کو سب چیز. لوگ کہتے ہیں وہ اتنا بڑا وزن اٹھا کے چلو جی بھائی, ہم نے رائڈ کو انجوائے کرنی, تو ہم نے پیسے اٹھائیں اور اللہ کا نام لے کے ہم نے جو سفر سٹارٹ کیا تھا. تو اس کے لیے ہم نے آف روڈ والے اسکیٹس یوز کیے. اس میں تو کہ آپ کو جو جمپنگ ہوتی ہے نا, اس میں وہ کمفرٹ ہوتے ہیں اسکیٹس کے اندر, وہ آپ کو فیل نہیں ہوتا. جو چھوٹے چھوٹے بمپ وہ آتے ہیں راستے میں, جمپ وہ دوسری چیز ہوتی ہے.
آپ نے اسکیٹس کی V8 اپنے پاس رکھے ہوئے,
V8 رکھ لی, یہ آپ کہہ سکتے ہیں.
Okay, that's really interesting. So Shahzad asked Bilal about his journey from Islamabad to Lahore as well, and he very sort of beautifully explained that like cars, there are different types of skates as well, and he actually chose the better ones for such a travel. I mean, the GT road we're talking about, of course, imagine the bumps, the speed breakers, whatnot. But he was fully prepared. And the better thing to say, I mean, for him was that he packed lightly. He did not carry like a big, huge backpack, keeping his clothes
he didn't pack anything. He just kept money with him.
Exactly. He didn't pack anything basically. So he just kept money where he could probably buy food when he wanted, or probably rent a room when he wanted. But he just did not carry anything. He really wanted to enjoy the ride, which was fun. But now, Bilal, میں چاہتی ہوں کہ آپ ہمیں بتائیں, یہ آپ کا پیشن تھا, ٹھیک ہے, سمجھ آتا ہے, لیکن اب آپ بچوں کو سکھا رہے ہیں, تو یہ ڈیولپ کیسے ہوا, رسپانس کیسا تھا لوگوں کا, اور اب اور پیرنٹس انٹرسٹڈ ہیں کہ ان کے بچے بھی یہ سیکھیں؟
اب بڑا اچھا سوال ہے. جب ہم اسلام آباد میں یہاں پر آئے آج سے 5 سال پہلے, تو میرا ایک دوست تھا سینا چیکو, جرمنی سے آیا تھا, اس کے ساتھ گپ شپ تھی. تو ہم نے سینا چیکو اس کا نام ہے, ویسے تو اس کا نام دوسرا تھا وہ مجھے یاد نہیں, لیکن ہم اپنے دوستوں کو اس طرح کے ناموں سے وہ بلاتے. تو وہ ایک دن ہم, کیونکہ یہاں پر تو اتنے اچھے خاصے گراؤنڈ نہیں, تو ہم فیصل مسجد کے, ہم نے وہاں پر وہ گراؤنڈ میں وہاں پر تھوڑی سی اسکیٹنگ کی تھی. بعد میں ہم نے ویڈیو بنائی تھی, میں نے اس پہ معافی بھی مانگی, چلو مجھ سے غلطی ہو گئی تھی. تو وہ ویڈیو کسی اسلام آبادین کے پیج نے اپلوڈ کی تھی, اور میری آئی ڈی کو مینشن کیا کہ بھائی اس کو پکڑو اور اس نے مسجد کی بے حرمتی کی, اس کو قتل کر دو, یہ کر دو, وہ کر دو. وہاں سے جو ان پڑھ لوگ تھے وہ آئے, وہ میرے خلاف ہو گئے. مجھے نہیں پتا تھا سوشل میڈیا کیا ہوتا ہے یا باقی چیزیں کس طرح ہوتی. ہم تو فن کے طور پہ ہمارا میں دل ہی یہ نہیں تھا کہ یار ہم کسی یا مسجد یا کسی بھی چیز کی ہم بے حرمتی. ہم نے کہا کہ یار یہاں پر عورتیں آتی, باقی لوگ بھی آتے ہیں, اور میرے خیال سے یہ مسجد کا حصہ نہیں ہے, وہاں پر جو ہے نا یہ مطلب مجھے نہیں لگا کہ اس طرح ہو سکتے. تو جب ویڈیو بنائی اور انہوں نے مجھے بدنام کرنے کے لیے ویڈیو لگائیں, تو جو جاہل لوگ تھے اس کو میں یہ کر دوں گا, قتل کر دوں گا, یہ کر دوں گا. میں کافی ڈر گیا. اس ٹائم مشال والا واقعہ بہت اس کے ساتھ ہی ہوئے, تو مجھے ڈر لگ گیا. پھر باقی پیرنٹس ہے کہتے یار ہم مسجد نبوی میں گئے, وہاں پر بھی بچے اس طرح کے کھیلتے رہتے, اس کا جو ہے نا اتنا ایشو نہیں ہے کہ آپ لوگ, اس بچے نے معافی بھی مانگی, اس کو معاف کر دو. پھر پیرنٹس نے میرے ساتھ کنٹیکٹ کہ بھائی ہاں آپ اتنی اچھی اسکیٹنگ کرتے ہو تو مطلب ہمارے بھی بچوں کو آپ سکھائیں کہ آپ اتنا اچھا. میرے پاس آئیڈیا نہیں تھا کہ کس طرح سٹارٹ کروں. پھر ایک دوست نے مجھے بولا یار F9 پارک میں وہاں پر جگہ ہے, آپ وہاں پر سٹارٹ کر سکتے ہیں. تب میں نے, اور کیونکہ شروع میں میرا ٹیچنگ کا بڑا شوق تھا, میں لوگوں کو فری آف کورس سکھاتا تھا, میرے مردان میں ہر جگہ پر. میں چاہتا کہ میرا ایک گروپ بنے, ہم فن کریں. ہمارا جو مقصد تھا کہ فن ہماری زندگی میں ہم کس طرح اپنی لائف کو انجوائے کر سکتے. تو لوگ نہیں سیکھتے تھے, لیکن جب میں یہاں پر آیا پھر میں نے وہ لوگوں کو سکھانا سٹارٹ کیا. پیرنٹس کا بڑا اچھا رسپانس ہے, کیونکہ یہاں پر ٹیلنٹ کو ویلیو دی جاتی ہے. یہ لوگ سمجھتے کہ بھائی یہ ایک ٹیلنٹ ہے, یہ اسکلز ہے, اس کے انٹرنیشنل لیول پر مقابلے ہوتے ہیں. تو انہوں پھر یہاں پر میں نے بچوں کو اسکیٹنگ سٹارٹ کیا. سٹارٹنگ میں میرے پاس 2-3 بچے تھے, تو مجھے وہاں کے جو CDA کے لوگ تھے F9 پارک کے, وہ آئے کہ بھائی شروع میں 2-3 بچے تھے کہ بھائی کیوں کر رہے ہو آپ, بند کرو. حالانکہ وہاں پر لوگ باقی بھی سائیکلنگ کریں, لیکن انہوں نے مجھے منع کی کہ بھائی نہیں کرو گے. آپ کو پتہ ہے پاکستان میں یہ چیزیں ہوتی, کوئی نئی چیز آتی ہے نا, ہم رولز ریگولیشن بنائیں, الاؤ نہیں ہے, یہ نہیں ہے, دس از پبلک پارک, تم پبلک کو کیوں روک رہے ہو. تو ان لوگوں نے مجھے منع کیا. تو ہمارے پاس وہ ایک ایئر فورس کی عورت آتی تھی, ان کی بیٹی کو میں سکھاتا تھا. تو انہوں نے مجھے وہاں بولا کہ بلال کیا ایشو ہے. میں نے کہا یہ منع کر رہے. انہوں نے پھر وہ ہمیں سپورٹ کیا, اور ان کا آئندہ کے بعد ان کو منع نہیں کرو گے. تو اس کی وجہ سے پھر وہ میرا وہ کلب بنا. اور بڑی مشکل سے, اگر میں اس لیول پر آج آپ لوگ کے سامنے موجود ہوں, آپ کو نہیں اندازہ کہ میں اسکیٹنگ سیکھتے ہوئے کتنا لڑا ہوں, اکیڈمی بناتے ہوئے کتنا لوگوں کے ساتھ لڑا ہوں. میں نے زندگی جو گزاری گزاری ہے چیلنجز میں گزاری ہیں. تو
اس لیے آپ ادھر ہے کیونکہ ہم سمجھتے ہیں آپ کی اسٹرگل, اور آپ نے بہت اچھا نام بنایا اپنے لیے.
Exactly, yes. So ladies and gentlemen, she's over here actually posed a question to Bilal, and she asked that now he's got an academy and how did it all started for him. So he came back with a lot of challenges, and while he was sharing all of these challenges, one of them was that, you know, that whenever there is something new which people start trying to do, I think that there are a lot of people who are there to oppose them or oppose them as well. But then at the same time, you know, the very first video of him which went viral was that he was actually skating in a veranda of the mosque. And which I think is a beautiful thing, but you know, there were people, since they were not that literate and they didn't knew, but I think that there has always been a tradition, even on Eid, people used to go with their families and kids to the mosque and sit in the verandas and enjoy the food. And you know, it's a different kind of a blessing when you go into a mosque and there are kids roaming around. And even if you go to Masjid al-Nabawi, this is something which I've experienced for myself. So yes, people, they were a little short-sighted as well, but not just that. Once he moved to somebody gave him the idea of going to F9 Park and then starting his own academy. And since it's a public park, there were once again people who actually challenged the very own skating club as well. But then he was like, okay, you know, I'm still going to do it. So there was one of the mother whose daughter was actually his student. She talked with the authorities as well, and then he was given the permission. And then he's like that in these 13 years, I have fought a lot. And I've made sure that what I want to do, I will actually do it and achieve it no matter what happens. Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is the kind of sort of vibe or the energy we needed, Shahzad, to start our day off with. Thank you so much for coming, Bilal. بہت اچھا لگا آپ کی سٹوری سن کے. لیکن ہمیں یہ سیگمنٹ جلدی سے ریپ اپ کرنا ہے. تو آخر میں چاہتی ہوں آپ ایک میسج دیں اس سب پاکستان کی یوتھ کو جن کے ڈریمز آپ کی طرح کے ہیں لیکن ان کو سوسائٹی روکتی ہے ان کو اچیو کرنے کے لیے. یہ آپ کا کیمرہ ہے, پلیز بات کریں.
میں ان سے یہی درخواست کروں گا کہ بھائی آپ لوگوں نے کوئی بھی گول اچیو کرنا ہے تو ضروری ہے محنت آپ کریں. اگر آپ محنت کرو گے کامیابی اللہ کی ذات دیتی ہے, کوئی انسان آپ کو نہیں دیتا, کوئی گورنمنٹ نہیں دیتی. آپ محنت کریں گے, اللہ پاک کسی کی محنت ضائع نہیں جانے دیتا. اور اپنے گولز پہ فوکس کرنا ہے, نہ کہ ادھر ادھر کے لوگوں پہ فوکس کرنا ہے. तो अपनी चीज़ों ड्रीम्स के पीछे जाते रहें और कभी हार ना माने। और वो लोग जो मुझे देख रहे हैं और जो ये वीडियो तो बड़ी वो आपको बड़ी प्यारी लगती है कि मैं जो कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन भाई ये ना ट्राई करें, विदाउट सेफ्टी गेयर्स ट्राई ना करें, आपको बहुत बुरी चोटें लग सकती है। फर्स्ट सेफ्टी गेयर्स, और इसको सेफ्टी गेयर जब आपके होंगे, अगर आप गिरेंगे भी तो आपको कुछ नहीं होगा, आप जो है ना ज़्यादा चोट लगने से, तो ये बिल्कुल जो है ना ट्राई करने की कोशिश ना करें।
Dera Manana, thank you very much, Bilal, for being with us. It was lovely to be in conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Towards the end of this segment, what Bilal was saying was that, you know, that there will be a lot of people and they will oppose you, but make sure that you're not focused onto the people, but your goal, which I think is a brilliant message. And he's like that if you're going to start skating, make sure that you use all the safety gear. God forbid, if you do not, you can actually hurt yourself.
Absolutely. And please do not try what we showed you at home as well without supervision if you don't know how to skate. We are heading to a very short break right now, but when we come back, like this routine we're going to talk about the pandemic, how Pakistan is doing, you know, throughout this pandemic as well, and what new we learned, the information. Stay tuned to find out. Good morning.
Good morning.
In rural Pakistan, the dhol is used to make public announcements after gathering people by beating it repeatedly. Goga Sai has become a symbol, a living symbol of the city of Lahore.
Welcome back to World This Morning on a very pleasant and beautiful Monday morning with Shahzad Khan and Shiza Hashmi. Where right now, like almost every other day, we're supposed to talk about, we are going to, or we have decided to talk about something so informative for you. To begin with, what is the latest updates we have about COVID-19 in Pakistan?
Yeah.
You let us know, I'm asking.
So I need to tell everybody. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, that gradually, alhamdulillah, we're coming towards a point where the number of cases diagnosed every day it has dropped severely. Alhamdulillah, you know, there were days when we actually had 7,000 or 8,000 cases as well. Now we've come down to 3,100 cases, which I think is very reassuring. But not just that, a total number of 229,000 cases so far, but 120 or more than 120,000 have actually recovered. And I think that unfortunately more than 4,000 people have lost their lives to COVID-19. But not just that, I think that there's still quite a lot of misinformation about COVID-19, as in for somebody like me who actually recovered, got the 2 tests negative, alhamdulillah. But then eventually people are telling me that you can again contract the virus.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, no, but it's not happening. You know, that news which actually came out from the doctor that, you know, he was actually diagnosed once again as well. That was a fake news. And it was fake because of the fact that the test wasn't done right. So unfortunately, I mean, as far as my sources has told me, but today, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually going to be in conversation with a doctor of medicine who's going to let us know whether we can contract the virus again or not, or whether, you know, if God forbid you have contracted the virus and you're going to the hospital, what you need to be prepared about, or prepared of, or prepared with as well. So ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we've actually been joined by Dr. Elia Shah. Hello, Dr. Elia, Assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Walaikum assalam, thank you very much for joining us, and it's wonderful to have you. But let me get started very quickly. So I was diagnosed with COVID-19 a few weeks ago. I got my 2 tests negative, and then I was allowed to work and everything. But then people just keep on telling me that I can contract the virus again. Is that true or not?
Yes, the research has been going on, and according to the new research, it says that you may develop the antibodies just for 6 to 8 weeks, not more than that. So people who are recovering well with the COVID-19, they still have to take precautions and precautionary measurements so that they will not contract the virus again.
All right.
So you're saying there is a possibility of recontracting?
Yeah, there is a possibility, because as you can see in countries where they have ended the curfew and all this, they are infecting again.
Yes. Absolutely.
So
okay, well, there's hope,
can
inshallah, this may not happen. But, I mean, still waiting for the research, of course. But, Dr. Elia, you have been working with, directly, actually, one-on-one with COVID-19 patients as well throughout this pandemic. First of all, kudos to you. Thank you so much for doing that for the nation as well. But my question is, since you've been dealing with a lot of them, what are some of the things that patients need to keep in mind when they come in emergency? Like, for example, if someone was, if the oxygen levels were low for someone, they just continuously panic, right? And by the time they get there, the panic is so high, I mean, things can get worse. So what do you tell them to the precautionary measures that they should take?
We doctors are like on the front line, and they're performing very tough duties, and greatly, but we have to make sure that if patients are coming with a shortness of breath and all this complaints, they don't need to be panic about this, because if they get panicked, then how they can trust us and how they can let us to treat the patient. It's our duty that how we can deal with the patient and how can we maintain the oxygen saturation of that patient. So there's no need to get panic over it.
All right, you know, but this is easier said than done. But on the other hand, on the contrary, you know, if there's somebody who's actually contracted the virus, it is very difficult for them to not to panic in the first place. You know, even we had a little bit of difficulty accepting in the first phase. But okay, now let's talk about the precautions. So, Dr. Sabha, please hear me out. So let's talk about the precautions which a person who's contracted with the virus needs to take. You know, we're not talking about an individual who's not contracted the virus and the precaution he or she needs to take. But what I'm trying to ask over here is that, God forbid, if somebody has contracted the virus, what are the precautions they need to take?
If they have got the virus, and every person know that if they are going out and they are not wearing masks, they are not taking care of the hygiene, every person know about themselves. So if they feel some symptoms like sore throat, cough, fever and all this, first of all, they have to isolate themselves. If they are living with family, joint family system, and many people in the homes where there are elders and children, first of all, they have to isolate before getting the test done. And if the test is positive, then they have to continue the isolation for 1 to 3 weeks until they are not getting negative of that. And they should not meet the people without mask, and they should not come out of the home, come out of the house without mask and proper gloves and proper hygiene. Otherwise, they will contaminate the others as well. So this is first of all they have to do to save themselves and to save the people in the environment.
Right, absolutely, Dr. Elia, you're true. And you know, when we talk to people, laymen like us, like Shahzad and myself as well, if a doctor would tell us that please wear mask regularly, I mean, there are times when we tend to question, you know, why do we need to wear a mask? So I want you to tell all the audience with facts and stats that this is why you need to wear the mask and this is how protected you will be when you do. Second question, what is the optimum time period for a corona positive person to recover?
First of all, I would like to answer the first question.
Yeah.
That the I want to like, okay, there is a 1 to 4 week time of period कि यहाँ that you have to recover for that, and you have to take the patients in a relaxing mode, that only 1 to 4 weeks you can take about the all this. And as far as the mask is concerned, if you are at home and you are not going out, then there is no need to wear a mask. But if you are going out, like for groceries, for shopping, and for meeting people, and for attending gatherings, then you should wear mask, because the droplets and nose can, if they are infected, then they can infect others. So the mask will save you from the droplets of the other people, and they will save the other people if you are infected. So this is how a mask is necessary.
Yeah. Okay, but this is brilliant. Thank you very much for making us aware of that as well. But pretty much people do know by now. But what I'm going to ask now is that, you know, whenever we speak about corona patients, you know, the district health officer actually gave me a call, and they were in touch with me, which I'm very glad that they were keeping in touch with me as well. But there are new directives now. The new directions say that, you know, if you do not have the symptoms for more than 72 hours, you know, or probably you've been in isolation for more than 10 days, and without the last 5 days, without the symptoms, you can go out freely. All you have to do is that you have to wear the mask. You can you can come out of the self-isolation. Is that correct?
It is very much correct, but still you have to wear mask, because you don't know that if you are going out, what type of people are meeting, and if they are infected or not, because most of the time this COVID is asymptomatic, as you have heard from many researchers and from many media and social media, that it is most of the time it is asymptomatic. The person don't know that if he is COVID positive or not. So we cannot even trust anybody that if they have it or not, but we have to take our safety by wearing mask if we are going out. That's very necessary.
All right, Dr. Elia, one more thing though. Some researchers say that the virus itself keeps on mutating in different regions of the world as well. And in Pakistan, of course, it's different than the one in, let's say, Italy. And also some researchers say that the recovery rate for the virus, for contracting the virus in Pakistan is actually quite higher as compared to the other ones. Is it true or not?
Yeah, it is true, because from the day one, we doctors, media, and social media, we are telling from day one that you have to maintain a social distance. You have to be at your home. If you are sick, then you should not go out. But over here, the thing is that the people are really don't want to sit at home, and that they want to start their jobs and business, and want to go out, want to have gatherings, want to dine out, and all this. Because of all these negligence, they are getting infected on the daily basis. And as you can see that we have lifted the curfew on the last Eid, and it's very much obvious that how people rush to the markets, and they get very much high rate of infection. And now the second time the Eid is coming, and still people are willing to go to shopping malls without any SOPs and without any fear of COVID. So this is the very big issue in our country we are facing. The
All right.
people are
Okay,
not
so now,
listening and not taking seriously.
yeah. Dr. Alien, now the question which I'm going to ask, I'm very confused about this question because this is something which I heard over television. I'm not sure whether there's any science to it or whether there is any logic to it as well. But what I heard was that now they're saying that people with higher immunity levels are the ones who are going to contract this virus. Is that correct?
People with higher immunity levels,
Yes.
it means that you are, if you have a very good immune system, it means that your cells in your immunity are killing the other healthy cells. This is called hyperimmunity, which a person has. If you can see patients with vitiligo, other skin diseases and health diseases, they are hyperimmune, means their own cells are killing their active healthy cells in the body. This is why the this disease is contracting with those people, because they have the immune cells too much, that they are killing the other cells as well in their body.
Okay, so then why is it that we see people rushing to the chemist and getting masks and sanitizer and whatnot, but they're still not focusing on their diet? You know, I still see that people want to wear the mask, people want to use the sanitizers, but they're not improving their diet. They're not taking all of those vitamins A, D, E, or everything else.
Yeah, that's a very big drawback, because it's a very important thing that if you are healthy from inside, no bacteria, no virus, or any type of virus can infect you if you are healthy. But over here, people do not bother about the healthy diet. They are eating junks and that, but they should add some vitamins, some proteins, and fresh food and hygienic food in their diet as well. If the immune system will be great, then no virus will contract them.
All right, but just continuing with that as well, what I need to ask that, a lot of doctors do require a lot of equipment even in the hospitals. And we have seen, in the recent days that, a lot of doctors were working without PPEs and they kept on saying that we actually require PPEs. And then even local designers jumped into it and they were like that we're going to provide the PPEs for free. For example, Asim Jofa, we have another designer, Ali Qureshi, with the name of Monarchy, so they've made sure that they're going to get them. But is it just the PPE which the medical staff requires, or are there other things which the medical staff still require and they do not have their hands on them?
Medical staff required too many things, like they need a mask, a normal surgical mask, but we need an N95 mask, which is a very high quality mask and which is fitted to our face so that we cannot be contaminated with the virus if we are working in ICU and HDU. Secondly, we need face shields and we need masks, we need PPEs and other hygienic materials so that we can contaminate ourselves. And as far as PP and mask are concerned, we cannot use that daily. We have to use it first time and then we discard it and then we have to buy the new one for the next duty. So we cannot reuse that. So that's why more doctors over here are facing difficulties because of shortage of PPEs, masks and shields and goggles and gloves. But now, Alhamdulillah, in Pakistan, very much things are under control and we doctors are getting proper things for working.
All right,
That's why
Dr.
we
Elia,
are.
that is actually what I was going to ask from you as well, because we do get to hear on news that, alhamdulillah, the numbers of coronavirus patients are going low as well. But I want you to give us the first-hand information, because you get to deal with them on a daily basis. Is, the number of the patients or the cases going low as well? And what do you think is the future of this? And lastly, what is your message to everyone watching right now, those who have contracted the virus, how they need to be careful, and those who haven't, how they need to be careful?
Okay, first of all, this is true that number of virus, alhamdulillah, is going down in Pakistan. Some people who have the knowledge and they are taking seriously, they are taking precautions as well. And the immunity level, it depends upon the immunity level of a person. People are now very much aware of the things. They have social media, they have TV, they have their doctors. So they are getting good guidance. So they are eating properly and they are recovering from it at home as well. The future of this virus, according to me and according to our doctors, we see it that we have to live with it and we have to maintain our lifestyle with this COVID, and we have to still continue the habit of wearing mask, using sanitizer and gloves and all that, because I think it will be there by the end of this year. So for the next 5-6 months we have to live with this virus. And in the last, I would like to give the message to all the viewers who are listening that social distancing is the only relief from this virus. If you are going out, if you are really need to go out, you really have to wear a mask because you have to avoid the contamination. And secondly, you have to wash your hands for the 20 seconds as prescribed by WHO. But please do not waste the water. And eat healthy, eat vitamin C, calciums, proteins, green vegetables, fruits as much as you can, which are seasonal. So you will be healthy and your immune system will be healthy. So no virus or bacteria will hit you. So stay
Inshallah,
blessed.
inshallah. Thank you very much, Dr. Elia, for being with us and for sharing so much information for all of those people who might be fighting against COVID or who might, God forbid, contract the virus in near future or who might be in the hospital. I think we've kind of catered to everybody over here as well. Thank you very much for being with us. It was lovely to be in conversation with you. I think, ladies and gentlemen, what we really need to do over here is that we really need to listen to all of the advices which are given to us as well. And as Dr. Elia said, that social distancing is the only key which is going to give you relief. And believe me, I think that she's saying it very rightly as well. Please make sure that you do not hug, shake hands, or sneeze in front of anybody else as well. Make sure that you're wearing a mask whenever in public.
Especially now that Eid is coming again as well. And one more very important lesson that we learned from today's show was, Shazad, follow your passion, follow your dreams, no matter, who stops you, no matter the number of obstacles you have in your way, because that is the only way you're going to feel better about yourself, about your life too. If there's anything you need to write to us, write on our Facebook page with the name of
World This Morning on your television screens down below over here.
On
in
Twitter?
a second. Yes, on Twitter, it's World This Morning without a G.
And on YouTube?
YouTube, it's PTV World and then World This Morning.
Yes, and the repeat of this show you can catch at
11 p.m. tonight. Till the next time, ladies and gentlemen, remember, keep at it. Whatever your passion is, keep at it. Thank you very much for staying in touch with us. And yeah, for all the wonderful feedback you guys have been giving. 1, 2, 3. Good morning.
Stay safe.